Hello, I'm Nick Holland with Information Security Media Group, and I'm joined today by Brian Romansky, who's the Chief Technology Officer with OWL Cyber Defense. Brian, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Fascinating session you did today at the ISMG Summit here in New York. Fascinating area is obviously IoT and the way that's growing. OWL Cyber Defense has a solution that is apparently unhackable, which is fairly I'd say aggressive claim when it comes to cybersecurity. But I'm kind of wondering, I mean, with the volume of IoT devices that are already in the market, is it a bit late to shut the door on that?
I'll unpack two pieces of that. On the unhackable bit, it's a pretty audacious statement. Yeah. The fundamental difference between our technology and other security solutions, the vast majority of them, are inherently software-based. The problem with software is that you always have that question of, is there a zero-day exploit? Is anything that can be configured can be reconfigured or misconfigured? That creates potential vulnerabilities, and we see multiple exploits that have taken advantage of those, either accidental or intentional or malicious or careless mistakes that people make that cause backdoors or problems with systems. With hardware-based security, you have a fundamental limit based on the laws of physics that says that in our devices, data flows in one direction. We can guarantee data will only flow in one direction through our devices. There's no software bug, there's no misconfiguration that can change that. It guarantees data flows in one direction. For solutions where that is applicable, then it's a great way to secure your device. On the IoT front, we have a lot of customers, particularly in conventional critical infrastructure. Think of like oil and gas or power generation, now healthcare and financial services as well, where they have these assets that are the most critical systems, where data breach is not just a loss of finances or an embarrassment, but it may actually impact people's lives. It may impact large assets, resources, things may blow up. They use our technology to guarantee that data only flows one way. So if you want to get data out from a critical asset, a data diode is a great way to do it. It can give you reporting and monitoring of those devices.
So we're on the cusp, obviously, of 5G happening. So, I mean, we've got an exponential change happening in the way that IoT devices are connected to each other and embedded in everything. I mean, and how do we prepare for that outcome as well? I mean, obviously, you have a solution from a critical infrastructure standpoint and a variety of other places, but we're looking at a like scenario now where it's like literally everything could be connected.
Right. So 5G gives you the opportunity for much greater bandwidth and much greater connectivity. Many more endpoints. You can do mesh networking among endpoints. The fundamental thing that we continue to provide is that one-way data out. So you can have a 5G modem that can be participating in a mesh network. It could be carrying data from untrusted nodes. But the bridge from your critical asset to that 5G modem, if it goes through a data diode, you can guarantee that you're isolated from any threats that exist on that external network. Any exploit that happens on that network will not impact your device directly. So it's a nice scalable solution and as we bring the price points down and we make the systems easier to deploy and manage, now it's much more accessible to scale up to 5G level deployments.
Okay. And I guess moving on from that, I mean, we hear a lot about the sort of zero trust model these days. So, well, tell me about OWL Cyber Defense and really how the zero trust model fits into your technology solutions.
Yeah, in my talk today, I commented that zero trust is causing a lot of people to rethink their network architectures and how they secure their networks. I mentioned that for the most critical assets, you might want to take a never trust type of an approach, meaning you can connect to a remote resource that you'll never fully trust. You can't fully understand all of their security policies with a remote partner, some sort of third-party network or a cloud service that you're connected to. You may never know all of their security policies in place. Right. If you connect to them through a data diode, you can safely deliver information, alerts, alarms, or business data to that remote system, guarantee that no threats will ever come back. So it's a one-way data transfer that is safe and secure.
So you can sort of guarantee that
unidirectional. One direction. We can also enforce policy on the data that does go out. So we can make sure that only authorized data is sent through the one-way link and it only gets delivered to the intended destination.
Yeah. I imagine, again, there's some scenarios recently with maybe some fairly large financial institutions that might have benefited from this kind of technology.
Yeah, I mean, in a well-known breach recently, there was a case where a firewall was misconfigured. The firewall technology may have worked fine, but accidentally or intentionally, somebody left a port open,
Right.
left a configuration
So
policy
it just
problem.
does away with exfiltration.
Right. So a data diode would guarantee at least that data can't flow back, right? So you wouldn't be able to
Fascinating.
move
I mean,
data in
clearly,
this direction.
I can think of a multitude of applications for this. So
One of the things that we see is if you look at the cyber kill chain, as you call it, for a lot of cyber attacks, they depend on remote command and control. So either to interject your attack or to fully exploit the attack, you need to have that two-way connection. By taking that away, you eliminate most of the realistic threats.
Okay. Well, Brian, fascinating. I think it's clearly again a technology that's probably come of age given what's happening in today's cybersecurity threat landscape. It's Brian Romansky of OWL Cyber Defense, and for Information Security Media Group, I'm Nick Holland.